stuff. Uh, so yeah, we met a half orc with bark skin, and we had trouble with that. Like his bark skin like kept him his AC high enough that a couple people had near misses on their attacks. So that's interesting. I always thought it was interesting. This is just a thing that I think about D&D is so you cast you have an armor class. The armor class makes you harder to hit, right? So I always thought that's interesting, but wouldn't armor help you to resist damage, right? So I
Mhm.
guess that gets a little more complicated. So if you get into that sort of thing, like say I'm wearing plate armor, well, that will give you resistance to maybe slashing damage, right? Or stabbing damage, but will it give you resistance to other kinds of damage, you know? So I guess there are probably other role-playing systems that deal with this in different ways, but D&D is always like, I put on better armor. Haha, I'm harder to hit.
Mhm.
Um, which narratively can be logical, sometimes illogical other times. So,
I always think of it as like a hit that deals damage, right? Like
oh,
it becomes hit or miss in black and white, and it's like, oh, you whiffed because this person is covered in armor. Like doesn't make sense. Like yeah, okay, you failed to draw blood, right? Like you hit a guy with a sword and he's wearing plate armor.
okay.
You got to hit him in the right spot to get something going. That's how I always think of it. And yeah, you're right. There are games that do like damage reduction out of the gate or like a damage threshold. There's different ways to get there. But yeah, narratively, a miss isn't always a miss
It's
in
a
the
hit without any a significant effect.
yeah.
So that's good to know. That's a great way to add a quiver or an arrow in your quiver for storytelling too, because you can say, you hit that guy, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
In fact, I will, and again, I the more complex the combat is, and the more math I'm doing, the less of the other side of my brain is functioning, is getting juice.
Right.
But when I'm on, if a character, PC or NPC or monster has a shield, right? And it's
Yeah,
within one or two, then it's like, okay, that's the shield in my mind stopping it, right? If he has an AC 18, you do a 17 to hit, like up, you hit like he stops that blow with the shield. So
that makes
you're
sense.
making contact.
Sure.
I feel like one's a whiff in my mind. Otherwise, yeah, it's all very abstract in a lot of ways. And it's trying to pretend it's always concrete, but it's like in these 6 seconds of blows, did you land one successfully that hurt the guy?
Yep. Yep. That makes a lot more sense.